The pink sauce lady, aka Chef Pie, who you probably remember from her extraordinarily viral pink sauce from mid-2022, has gone broke, and she posted this GoFundMe in order to get money. Basically, it says, "Hi, my name is Veronica Shaw. I'm the founder of Pink Sauce LLC, one of the most viral sensations of 2022. As a young entrepreneur with big dreams, I followed my intuition, went forth towards my dream to create something new. I made a few mistakes on the way," which is a bit of an understatement, but we'll get to that, "which lead me to trust a company that is trying to take everything away from me. They lied to me. They are not paying me. They are not being transparent about records. I've tried on multiple occasions to try to come to an accord with them, but they refused to reimburse me for marketing expenses I spent towards my own funds. I have been silenced and financially sabotaged. I'm a single mom, and I do everything for my kids. Right now, I don't have enough money to buy food for my kids. My mom is on disability, giving us $20 a day to get by on a daily basis. School is a few days away, and I haven't been able to get my kids clothes or anything. I'm currently facing an eviction and have gone into default. The sheriffs can come to my door any day now. I need legal help. They are refusing to pay the royalty that is owed to me. I don't know what else to do. I can't give up. I need help." Now, to understand how we got here, we do have to understand where we came from. Now, you probably, like I said, recognize Pink Sauce Lady from her viral videos. This is her TikTok right now. It is the platform that she absolutely took off on, with the original Pink Sauce video getting something like 154 million views or something like that. And here's that original video. Now, I couldn't find the actual original one, but this is a reposting from some news. So this vibrant pink sauce made supposedly with passion fruit went viral on TikTok, and so she started selling it. And while selling it, she made a tremendous amount of money. It was a hugely viral, sensational hit that spread all over the internet very quickly. But just as fast as those sales took off, so did the issues with the product. There were almost immediately a huge amount of problems with it. Chief among these issues was that there was no quality control, because she didn't have a company behind her making sure that every bottle that went out was held to certain standards. Additionally, she was in an unlicensed kitchen operating without any kind of a food permit, so anything could happen and nobody would really know. There were no legal protections for the consumers that were eating the product. They didn't know if she had done things like sanitize the kitchen, washed her hands. They frankly didn't even know what ingredients were in it, because the ones that were on the package were not only suspicious, but in some cases they were just basically a lie. And in addition to that, the sauce claimed that it contained both dairy and eggs, but then when it was shipped, it would be shipped in uncooled containers. And that's an issue, because dairy and eggs spoil very quickly in the United States if they're not refrigerated. Now, these are all issues that you would expect an average person working out of their kitchen to have, but that doesn't excuse you from the responsibility that you are not an average person just working out of your kitchen. You're running a small business, and you're putting people's health at stake by not adhering to basic best practices and the laws of your jurisdiction. However, despite this, the sauce was a huge viral sensation. You can see here that people confused, confuddled, TikTok can't figure out pink sauce, but the maker said she sold 700 bottles of it. Now, this was before the absolutely massive blow up, which happened in August of 2022, but just off of the back of a few semi-viral videos, she has sold about 700 bottles. And when you're one person posting on TikTok and spending essentially no money on advertising, to have that kind of a viral sensation and sell hundreds of bottles right off the bat, it's absolutely massive. And because this product went so viral, essentially for free, because she didn't pay for any TikTok promotion, this product was pretty much immediately grabbed up and bought by this company called Dave's Gourmet Sauces. On Wednesday, and this was back in August 2022, so it was at the peak of its virality, Dave's Gourmet Sauces announced that it would produce pink sauce on the commercial scale this fall, partnering with pink sauce creator Chef Pie to market a shelf-stable version that is, quote, less complicated, dairy-free, and clean of any preservatives, artificial colors, or flavors. So this is a two-part strategy for Dave's Gourmet Sauces. Basically, they knew there was a viral sauce that they could make a ton of money off of, because as we'll see here in a second, the profit margins for sauce, hot sauce, condiments, that kind of thing tend to be very, very high. It's mostly water, and water is very inexpensive. But in addition to that, they knew that people's main concern was the fact that she was unlicensed, had no FDA approval, and basically had no ability to be able to sell a product that was assuredly reliably healthy. And they, with their huge facilities and quality assurance and control and managers and license and FDA approvals, would be able to provide all of that. So here, where it's talking about shelf stable, because some of the sauces showed up, they were rotten or moldy or spoiled because of the dairy in them. Less complicated, meaning there were lots of ingredients listed on the product, so they were going to cut that down. Dairy-free, obviously it doesn't spoil, and clean of any preservatives, artificial colors, or flavors. Dave's is taking this opportunity to reassure anyone that might have bought it that it's now safe, because there's a big happy company company behind it that will surely keep your safety at the center of it, just like all companies in all of history have. And so just like that, this product became available in 4,000 Walmarts across the country. And you can imagine what a huge moment this is for Chef Pie. Anyone who has been working on anything that long, that hard, to be acquired by a much larger company and then become available in Walmarts around the country, that's a massive stepping stone. And that's pretty cool, even if you don't necessarily agree with her or her methods. The dream of a lot of entrepreneurs is to be able to get a buyout from a much larger company and then stay on as usually the CEO or chief directive officer of that company in a salaried position. Often how this works is you will be split between a cash buyout and also an amount of stock that you get in the company. That way you have a motivation to continue to grow the company, so the value of that stock grows. Say you have a company that's worth $1 million. Someone comes along, they want to buy you out, so they might offer you $500,000 in cash and $500,000 in company stock. The idea is that you will be motivated to continue to work hard at the company in order to be able to grow that $500,000 in company stock to $5 million, $50 million, what have you, over the next 10 years. And that keeps you having some stake in the company so that you don't just check out as soon as you get the paycheck. So things were going really well for Chef Pie, really up until very, very recently. As you can see, this was posted just a couple weeks ago. And here's the TikTok. When they say you fell off, but Pink Sauce just sold 200,000 bottles. Maybe it's a thirst trap. I've never seen a pink sauce thirst trap before, but it's a wild, wild world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. Now, 200,000 bottles is a lot of bottles, and probably with a lot of bottles comes a lot of money. Like I said before, I did a little bit of research, and for condiments, it's between 40 and 60% profit margin. So let's just run the numbers on that. So $200,000 times $20 per bottle, which is an insane amount to be charging, but we'll just, that's the number it costs, equals $4 million. And then you subtract out 60% because that's the amount of money that you're spending on cost of goods sold, COGS, research, development, employees, et cetera, shipping costs, so on. That leaves you with $2.4 million. To have earned $2.4 million in just over a year of business is an absolutely insane and life-changing amount of money, especially as a small business. She's a one-woman show. To make $2.4 million as a single mom who paid essentially nothing for marketing and just went viral on TikTok is a massive success. It is, like I said, life-changing. And then her life did change, but not necessarily for the better. And that's what brings us back to this GoFundMe, where basically exactly a year after she's been acquired, she's asking for help, saying that the company, Dave's Gourmet Sauces, I presume, has scammed her, lied to her, taken all of her money, and now she can't do anything about it, which is obviously heart-crushing and terrible to see, someone getting advantaged of. But I'm also not convinced that this is real. I want to make a clear divide here. Everything I've said up to this point is fact. Everything after this is my opinions and extrapolation and a little bit of detective work, and also me strapping on the good old tinfoil hat as we dive into a conspiracy theory. The first thing I want to point out is the goal of $100,000. That is an absolutely insane amount of money to be asking for on a GoFundMe. If you're just trying to get a couple of kids into school and have some money to survive until you can figure this thing out, you ask for $5,000, maybe $10,000, certainly no more than $25,000. What she's asking for is basically 2 years of salary for any average American family. That is a lot of money to expect your followers to give you. Additionally, the Pink Sauce Lady is known for pulling stunts in the past. There was this clip that went viral a little while ago on this Karamos show, where this TikToker named Allie bought the pink sauce, tried it, didn't particularly like it, and then thought that maybe the pink sauce had gone bad or was spoiled. And so she chemically tested it, sent it off to a food safety laboratory. It cost her $300, and she posted the results of that. That video went absolutely viral, and the Pink Sauce Lady basically got mad at her, saying, how could you do this? You're trying to bring down my business. And so what this Karamo show guy, I don't actually know his name, maybe his name is Karamo, he brought them both onto his talk show in order for them to be able to talk it out on national television. You know the idea. It's all about the ratings, the views, the money. So, and then this is towards the end of it. Everyone's been semi-civil, but this is like the last bit, and it kind of rubs me the wrong way. So let's take a watch.
And also, and I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this.
Don't ever touch people without their consent.
When I said that you're not special, I meant that as you're not special as far as someone trying to hurt me. So I didn't take it as a direct insult because I know the industry and I know how people use different topics to build their platforms. That's all I'm saying. I forgive you.
I think at the end of the day, I think this is a moment of reflection.
Absolutely, and I think it's a moment of learning on both parts.
I think the learning is more on your part.
Yes.
Okay.
And that part kind of rubs me the wrong way, because the pink sauce lady did have a lot of issues and legitimate concerns surrounding her sauce. It was sent out spoiled. People got sick off of it. The bottles came and they were swollen. The dairy products were unrefrigerated and spoiled. And so to then make a TikTok talking about all of these issues and then getting the pink sauce chemically tested in order to make sure that it was actually safe and then going viral for it is not necessarily Allie's fault. So to then bring her on and then gang up on her as if she was trying to bring down a small business is really disingenuous, and like I said, very much rubbed me the wrong way. It annoyed me that there was no kind of neutral moderation where they could talk about it, which I understand is just for the TV ratings, but like at least try and be a little bit fair. These are two independent business owning women that you're trying to bring down and pit against each other, all in the sake of getting those juicy views. Now, the other significant stunt that the pink sauce lady has pulled is this, and it's unfortunately I couldn't find the original video, so this is from Matosi's channel, Pink Sauce Lady Caught Lying Again, and she posted this video. I can only play this small piece of it, but I'll explain everything you need to know.
This is all hyperbole, but this video just doesn't make sense.
And we fixed the packaging as well.
Okay. Well, on the business card has my email address. Any changes you make to your label before you wait to spend money creating something that might not be accurate yet. If you have like a draft copy, you could send it, and then I can review
approve
it with you
it, right?
And approve it and say, hey, you're good to go now.
Right.
And then at that time, we can also, well, next week, because we have a conference all for most of that first part of next week.
Okay.
After that, I'll be able to either revisit or discuss with you or call you to discuss it. I don't have contact information for you at all, though.
That's pretty much all you need to hear from there. Basically, what had happened was people were getting upset at her for the fact that her sauce was not FDA approved in any kind of way, nor was she licensed, nor was her kitchen sanitary, etc., 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 all the issues we've been discussing. And so she posted this video, which is pretty obviously fake, of her talking to an FDA agent and getting everything approved. The idea of this was that people would then no longer be concerned that she was selling an unlicensed, unsanitary product because, look, there's video evidence of the FDA approving it and, you know, so on and so forth. I got investigated. It's all worked out. Everything's hunky-dory now. Please do not talk about it anymore. I don't want to get in trouble. That's essentially what she's doing. So we see two separate occasions where she is getting attention very publicly for the sole purpose of continuing to go viral and being able to sell her sauce even more. And I don't even necessarily fault her for this. Her product was built around the virality of it. So when the virality fades, so does the desire for her product, especially if it's not a product that people were absolutely obsessed with. And by and large, the response to the actual flavor was a resounding, it's fine. It's like a sweet, slightly watered down ranch, which is not what you want to hear. You want to be big and unique with people loving what you create. Think of Air Rack's Pizza-Fi. You want to be that. So when she fails to go viral, then the company's profits fall off. And when the company's profits fall off, probably she's actively losing money. Earlier I said that it's more than likely that she was offered a part cash, part stock deal. So when her sales are falling off, she's actively losing money. If the company is losing valuation, then her stock is worth less and less and less. And that's leading to her probably not being able to get as big of a payday as she was hoping for when she sells the stock and cashes out. A quote that I stick by strongly is, if someone's entire internet personality is built around going viral, when something happens that goes viral, you have to immediately be extraordinarily skeptical about it, because the chance that it's real or true or honest, it becomes very small. Always ask yourself what the person has to gain. And in this case, she has to gain virality so that people are talking about the pink sauce and the pink sauce lady again. So that, of course, begs the question, is it working? And honestly, you tell me. Basically, every YouTube channel ever that covers any kind of drama, including this one, is making videos about it. They're getting tens of millions of views. So yeah, it is kind of working. People are talking about pink sauce and the pink sauce lady again. I would consider this a pretty successful marketing campaign. Thanks for watching.